What's up, everybody? If you're locked in, I want you to go ahead and say what's up in the chat, man. Say what's up in the chat. It's your boy B Jennings. I'm coming to you live in full effect. We're not in the basement today. Um, we are in the hotel room today. So we're gonna do today's podcast stream in the hotel room. But you know what? We kick back, relax. I am in Washington for a family member's wedding. Um, but that don't stop the grind though. That don't stop the grind. So it's always good to connect with my peeps. Uh, it's a beautiful thing just to be able to, you know, connect with each and every one of you guys whenever we get this chance to. So with that being said, we do have a new episode today, and that is episode 8, and we are talking about controlling your atmosphere and maintaining good vibes. So again, once you jump in, when you jump in, it's all good. Just go right ahead and um, say what's up in the chat and just keep it live. Anything you want to add to today's discussion, feel free to do so. Uh, and just open up your minds and your hearts. All right, so let's get started. So today, again, I always hope everybody's doing well. And it's a beautiful thing to have my podcast friends with me as we open up this discussion. I got my notes off to the side, so if I'm looking off to the side, it's just so I can just kind of reference to the discussion today. So never mind me on that. Just join in, fill in, and just know I'm paying attention uh, and staying alert. All right, cool, cool. Let's get started. So today is episode number 8. We talk about controlling your atmosphere and then maintaining good vibes. There's something so special about maintaining good vibes, right? Um, it's just a good feeling, right? Just to know that um, you know you are in complete control of the things around you, the people around you, the area around you, and that you can 100% move around and keep yourself controlled by positive things, right? And I hope that makes sense to you guys, right? Um, it's just something special about vibes and being around that energy, right? Just the thought of that puts you in a wonderful place, right? You just like who wouldn't want to wake up, right? Who wouldn't want that mood set for them every morning? Just to wake up and just know that, okay, you know what? I'm feeling good. I'm gonna stay this way. That's the way I want my day to go, right? We even have, even miserable people, right? Miserable people out there always just so negative. Really can't stand being around so many negative people. It's just such a Debbie Downer, man, to be around negative people. How do you wake up negative? How? How do you just wake up mean and pissed off? I don't get it. Like you woke up. Ain't that something positive? Like you're breathing. Somebody did not wake up this morning. And but yet you woke up pissed off at the world and you just piss off everybody else, right? But um the crazy thing about people who that are miserable, they low key still look for something to get them out of that place. They just don't know how to get themselves out of that miserable place, right? Um, like um, the crazy part about it is that they may act hard. They may act like, you know what, I can handle this, and I'm just pissed that the world is just horrible. Blah 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 blah. But like I said, reality is they really just looking for someone or something to get them out of that place. No one wants to be miserable, right? No one at all. Right? They're dying for a change inside. So let me ask you this, right? What sets your vibe? Let me grab my notes over here. I like my ground notes. So let me ask you this. What sets your vibe, right? Every morning. And I want you to post in the chat. Remember, post in the chat. Let me know. I'll ask a few questions. Let me know what you're thinking. Right. So post in the chat. Let me know how you start your mornings off. Right. What triggers your good vibes? And let's keep this conversation super positive today because we might be able to help somebody else along the way. Right. So first, let's talk about what vibe truly means. Right. And when we think about vibes, vibe is the slang word that's taken from the word vibrations. Right. but it refers to the atmosphere around you, the mood, and the energetic feeling giving off by a person, place, experience, and situation. Um, when we group those things together, at least when I group those things together, um, I like the word good in front of all of those, right? I don't really know, I don't really know about you, but it just sounds so much better, right? When I think about a good mood, right? A good energetic feeling, a good person, a good place, good experience, good um, uh, good situation. So when I throw a good in front of all of those words, that sets my vibe. It sets my mood. Um, for those who know me personally, like I thrive off all just positivity, right? Um, I, I don't I don't even know, right, how people again just start off with such negative energy, right? The problem is when you're around so many negative people, you just have a tendency to carry out their bad vibes and their bad energy, and then you'll be the sore thumb, right, of the group or of the situation, or should I use the word bad? You'll be the bad situation, right? Of the day, right? For the people around you, um, because you took somebody else's negative energy and applied it to yourself, right? And you don't want to change your energy, your vibe, your atmosphere based off somebody else, right? For me, I truly believe that I carry a positive attitude, a positive vibe, or positive energy. I like to smile, laugh, joke, have fun. Um, I guess you can say entertain people, which I don't know. I don't know if I like that one, right? Because I don't like to entertain people, but that's just who I am. So naturally, um, the things I do or say around people is catchy, or people like to be around me, and I'm okay with that, right? It's not like I'm just this big show off or whatever the case may be. I'm just typically a happy-go-lucky person, and that's the way I like to be. So when people interrupt that, then I change and I have to find my way to get back to who I am as a person, right? Because man, we go through daily things where people will come in. For instance, let's throw an example out there. If you're at work or you're, I don't know, in a place, a setting where you are with family or friends, and you got that negative person who just comes in and it just triggers you, right? Because we all we all get triggered, um, and then they just change the mood of everything, right? Or a person who always gonna change the mood, no matter how you feeling. They'll change that mood, and then you change, and now you stuck, right? And then everybody's in that mood. So what do you do? Right? What do you do? Again, jump in the chat. Let me know how do you switch back and forth, right? How do you get back on track once somebody come in and interrupt your atmosphere and change your vibe, right? So I asked this question earlier, right? I asked this earlier for you to comment in the chat and about how you start your day off. What sets the mood for the day full of good vibes? And no, I'm not. I'm not talking about people who smoke weed all day. Like some people vibe is like that, but to each his own too, man. Whatever you do, right? In my case, that's not my case. Um, uh, I don't need no drugs to set me on point. But let me tell you what I do, right? As for me, I start my morning off with a cup of coffee, which I got already. Let me take a sip of that. That's good stuff right there. So I got my cup of coffee. I'm gonna hold on to that because that tastes good. Um, and I also listen to an audiobook in the morning. My cousin Jerry, I always reference to him, man. He's such a positive um, influencer in my life. Like that's one of my older cousins, man. And you know, I love it, man. He'll check on me, make sure I'm doing good, whether it's exercising or just doing something positive, man. And so when I talk about positivity, I always reference to my cousin Jerry. So shout out to him, man. He's a big inspiration, and I don't have to talk to him every single day, but when I do talk to him, it's such a good feeling and it's such a good place to be in. And I really love him and appreciate him being a part of my life. Um, yeah, big shout out to him. So it's kind of like my big brother, big cousin. So, but again, for me, I listened to this audiobook that was introduced to me by Jerry. And that audiobook is called Stand Strong 365 Days Devotion for Men. Um, by men. So for men, by men, right? It's a great inspirational, well-grounded audiobook, right? To start your morning off right and stay spiritually connected. So it's such an awesome tool to use to put me in a great place. It also makes me stay spiritually connected so I don't kind of just pass on by, right? It makes me be grateful for the things that I have. It makes me be thankful for the things that I have. And it keeps me well grounded, right? And it also reminds me of what God done for me in order for me to be where I'm at right now, right? So that's how I start my mornings off. Again, roll over to the chat. Let me know um, how you get started. I want to know how you get started on your day, right? To kick it off. What's also important, um, you know, we talk about our vibes, but we need to talk about our atmosphere, the atmosphere around us, right? It's also important to know who we allow in our circle to maintain that good vibe, right? So, how do we control the atmosphere around us? Clearly, we can't control others and their feelings toward life, right? Those are miserable people we were talking about earlier. But you can control your atmosphere around you, right? Um, your vibes is truly what you make of it, right? It's all on you. Listen to this, right? The energy you put out can be contagious to others and force a positive change around you. I'm gonna read that again. The energy that you put out can be contagious, right? And force the positive change around you. The real question is, are you willing to control the atmosphere around you, or are you easily influenced by others to change your mood and to mess up your vibe? That's pretty deep. That's pretty deep. Now, let's be real because this is a real podcast, right? This is a real podcast. No one's going to sit here and act like their life is perfect. No one's going to sit here and act like they never just got bent out of shape and it was just really no hope to get better. I'm not, right? And I know for a fact that um, I've been easily disturbed, right? And it's not the best feeling in the world, but it is about how we get back on track, right? So, again, don't get me wrong, every day is a challenge. We wake up with good intentions, but sometimes it's hard to get back in your zone. We forget that this is a practice, so it won't happen overnight, right? This must become a habit of everyday living, and once it becomes a habit uh, and a part of your everyday routine, you'll be able to face whatever challenges uh, your atmosphere to start the day, right? Eventually, you'll be able to ignore the negativity and keep your atmosphere under control, right? Um, you will be tried though, and I mean, I know I got tons of stories where I'm tried, right? Again, people hate when other people are drawn to you based off your character, right? People like positive things, um, people like negative things. When negative people come into a positive atmosphere, they find ways to kind of disrupt that. And I've been mentioning that since I started this podcast today. Um, but they get a high off that, right? And anything that they can do to disrupt you, right? So it's almost like they're waiting for you to make you a liar, right? Oh man, you ain't never that happy. You're right. I'm not always happy. I'm not always in that good vibe, but I have to find that way to get back into it so I can stay in it and maintain it, right? I'm human, right? I'm not a perfect person, and the people that are listening to this are not perfect. If you ever tell, I always say this: if you ever tell somebody you're perfect, you're a perfect liar because no one is perfect, right? I don't care what you did and haven't done, you are not perfect. Point blank, period. That's it, right? So let's not act perfect. And I won't act perfect. I won't sit here and talk to you like, hey, you know what, man? I'm always happy and this and that. No, I'm not. Do not. When I'm out of my character, I got the worst. face expression, piss poor attitude, and it is sometimes it's hard to get out of that, right? Um, there's been many rough days. I gotta go take a walk. I gotta put on my podcast or my audiobook that I listen to in the morning. All those things I had to kind of reference back to in order to get me back on track, uh, to maintain my atmosphere and to get back on some good vibe, right? Even some music, like music put you. I mean, this is a music and you know podcast uh, subscribe subscription, right? My pages. So obviously, I love music, um, but it puts me back in a good place, man. And sometimes you got to reference back to that, right? Even just talking to some other positive people, like if you're at work, go leave and take a walk, go talk to some positive people, kind of reset that brain a little bit and your thought process, and then come on back to your desk and go back to work. Um, you just got to find ways to get back on track so that way you're not lost. Now there is times where um, we just can't get it. Like these days be so hard, and you're like, man, you know what? I'm gonna chalk this day up as an L because there's no turning back. Work just might be hell from start to finish, right? Until you can get out of there, reset, go home, be with your family, not think about work, restart in the morning, and then get back on track. Um, but there are days like that. Um, but they shouldn't carry you all throughout the week, right? And even though in your mind you're like, you know what, I don't want to deal with folks or I don't want to deal with certain situations anymore, you got to face them on anyway. But it's just about your approach and how you take on that issue at that time, right? So if you leave work and you have an issue that day that really set you off, how do you respond the next day if you can't handle it, the day of, right? What kind of attitude, what kind of mood can you come in to just make sure that you can change the way everybody already feel because what happened previously? Um, so you like I said, you're always in charge of your atmosphere, right? People gonna come in and say things ain't gonna work, or have negative feelings about everything. But what can you do? It all falls back on you. You're in complete control, right? So yeah, so really, truly, like sometimes when it rains, it pours. That's basically that's basically what I'm getting at. When it rains, it pours, man. And just a reminder that if God willing, tomorrow's a new day, right? So the key is to never forget that we are in control of our atmospheres um, and our vibes. And yes, we are all human. Things happen, and um, things happen, and people are going to forever piss you off. But how we can control that and maintain to keep ourselves on point. That's the key. We got to figure out how to do that. Right now, I keep referencing back to my chat. Um, Whenever you get a chance, um, make sure you comment. Right, I want to know what keeps you vibing. You know, you know what? Post your favorite song. That's what I want you to do. Post a positive song in the chat, and I want to see what people listen to keep vibing. Right. Maybe it's interesting, or maybe it's really good music. But I want to know. I want to know what keeps you vibing, or it doesn't have to be music, right? It could be a reference to maybe a scripture, um, poem, something like that, right? Let me know. Let me know. I want to know, 100%. Um, I love connecting with you guys daily, right? And because uh, this is truly not about me, right? Um, it's I do my podcast to connect with others because we all learn from one another. And you I could make this personal, but I just think my personal experiences could help someone else who really don't speak out about issues that they have or things that bother them. And for me, this is therapeutic. And I mention this. If you've been following me, I mention this all the time. when I connect with you guys, it's therapy for me, right? It gives me the opportunity to kind of just release whatever that I'm thinking. It's never meant towards anyone in any type of shame or any type of hate or anything like that. That's not who I am anyway. Um, but it's really here just to help one another, help each other out, and we can feed off each other because positivity is everything. So I just want to make sure I throw that out there. This is very therapeutic for me, and I hope it's therapeutic for the people that's listening, because we are only here to help each other. And I really love positivity. Like social media is filled with so much negative, right? The news, click the news on right now. I bet you can stop. You can stop this podcast, turn on the news. Somebody done shot up something, or um, you know, kids are dying, and just so many terrible things is happening around the world, and we just don't have anything positive to fall back on, right? And we want to be able to maintain your atmosphere, maintain good vibes, but spread it. Why do we hold positive things in? Why don't we ever talk about more positive things that's happening around us, right? It's weird. Like you can post something on Facebook, right? And it's so funny now because people can be dying in the middle of the street and somebody got a camera, and then they post it, and then their family members got to watch how their loved ones died on the streets. But instead of you calling the police, instead of you being a good person and being like, hey, yo, you know, let's not do this, let's not, you would rather record it just so that, you know, you can get credit for, you hoping TMZ will, you know what I'm saying, pick it up. And I'm not saying that those recordings don't help maybe police investigations down the line, but more importantly, like, are you helping the person that's experiencing something, right? And I don't think we do that enough, right? Um, I don't know. I guess if I was on the other end and things were happening to me, I wouldn't want nobody to stand there and record it. I want somebody to help me, right? Because that might be that split second of you saying, "Hey," or maybe making an earlier phone call so the police can come could save my life. And I don't think we think like that on a regular, and we need to, right? We need to. Uh, Too many people strive off negativity, right? And I don't know. I just think that just makes everybody a horrible people. You strive off negativity, you're just a horrible person, and it is what it is, right? So let's get it under control. Like let's work together. Like we can definitely take those negative people and change them over to positive. Ask yourself, do you go out your way to help that negative person, right? And it's not coming down to their level because you wouldn't do that. You got to bring them up to yours. You got to let them know that, hey, listen, we can get through this, whatever is going through, right? We're gonna struggle, but we'll get through it. And you'll slowly watch that person change. Slowly watch that person change. But it would be for the good, right? All right. This your boy. I am on vacation, but I did want to get out episode number 8. Controlling your atmosphere and your good vibes. Right. Let me tell you something. I'm in Seattle right now, right? Well, I'm actually in Mount Vernon. The scenery is beautiful out here. I cannot believe it. And this is my speed because I really love hoodies. And any of y'all know Washington is not like super hot. So like 70 degrees, 75, that's perfect for me. Um, I really don't need a tan. So and I can live in this all day long, right? So if you haven't been to Washington, um, you need to check it out. I I like Washington. And yes, it's raining, but that's okay because I can take rain. I just don't want no snow. And it don't snow. So I'm in heaven. Thanks again for tuning in. It's your boy B Jennings, man. Listen, this is episode 8. It's a little bit a setback. It's not the basement like I normally do. It's the hotel room, but that's okay. I just wanted to connect with y'all just a little bit, have a little fun with y'all, but you know what? Maintain some good vibes, because that's what it's truly all about. And I really do appreciate chatting with all of you guys each and every time I come on here. um, it's just it's a good thing. It's a good vibe. It's a good feeling, and I know I'm helping someone. So I really appreciate it. It makes me feel good when I get done because I feel accomplished. Okay. Um, Before I go though, if you're following me on social media, make sure you check out uh, my band 1703. Okay, um, we will be performing down in Pleasant Prairie, right? Um, and we'll be at Lake Andrea Beer Garden Friday, 6 to 9. Check my socials for all the detail. I'm just trying to remember that off the top of my head. But we're gonna be rocking and rolling such a good time. If you haven't seen our full band, you're missing out. You're definitely missing out. And also in the link, check out um, my online store. God loves me, right? GLM. The link is in the bio, and just click it, check it out. I made it. We did some upgrades today, dropped some prices down, just made it more user friendly, less technical, easy to manage. But we really want you to check it out. All right. Again, it's your boy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. I got to get ready for a wedding, but um, much love, much love. Um, I don't know, guys. I just may God continue to bless you, all of us, right? Every day, each and every day, and may He just watch over us and protect us from all this evil. And I promise you, if you put your faith in Him, you can get through anything um, you put your mind to, right? And that you put your faith in, right? Put it in Him. I'm not a pastor. I understand. And if you're not a spiritual person like I am, I respect that. But how I get through the day is I give thanks, um, and I keep a positive attitude for the most part, and I control my atmosphere around me. It's your boy B Jennings. Peace, love, and well, no hair grease because I'm bald head. So turtle wax. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.